Hello students. Today we will going to start with another part of Ranga marriage. Up till we have completed when Ranga was very much curious to know about Ratna, and the narrator he just um, tell to Ranga that I don't understand why you are asking for this girl because I'm already married and you are not having intentions to marry, means you don't want to marry, right? Next we will going to start from here. Very hopefully he asked, she isn't married. So with a very hope, with a very things of positive mind, he just asked to narrator that she isn't married. His voice did not betray his excitement. So betray means here portray, right? So here the narrator he is saying that by his voice I can tell that Ranga was excited from inside, but he is not showing. She was married a year ago. So narrator said that she was already a married year ago. His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal, and by listening this that she was married, that girl Ratna was married, all of a sudden what happened? His face it just shrunken. It just shrunk. It just wrinkled just because he became too upset. And here it's given a comparison with a roasted brinjal. After a while, Ranga left saying, I must go. And after a few minutes, he said that it's better that I should leave. I have work at home. I went to our Shastri the next morning and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. I will come later. So, what happened from here only, the narrator got to know that something was there in Ranga's mind, but he is not telling directly. So, he just thought of plan, and he just thought that he will go to Shastri, and he told everything, means he told him everything what he wanted to say to Shastri. And what happened, his plan was that he will going to take Ranga to Shastri, and the Shastri will going to say what actually the narrator taught him. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. So narrator here he is saying that when I met Ranga, he was the same as he was before. What's the matter? You seems to be lost in thought. So by seeing his behavior, he asked that what's the matter, Ranga? You are lost somewhere. What happened? Nothing wrong. Believe me, headache. So Ranga he just avoided saying too much. He just gave an excuse that I'm having a headache. Come, let's go and see a doctor. So here he said that come, let's go to a doctor. I have no headache. I am usual myself. So Ranga, insisted that everything is fine with him and he is normal itself. I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on, but I don't think that could be a reason for your present condition. So here the narrator he said by seeing the condition of Ranga that when I was in your age and when the process of choosing a girl was going for me, the same condition was mine as you are right now. But I don't think that this could be a reason for your present condition. But afterwards, the narrator he said that I don't think that this is the reason that you are upset, because you yourself have said that you don't want to marry. So as Ranga, as I told you that Ranga haven't told anyone directly, but indirectly narrator knew that he is having liking for Ratna. So by this statement, all of a sudden Ranga stared at narrator. He just stared what that he's saying. Come, let's go and see Shastri. I suggested. So he suggested that it's better we should go to Shastri. We will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not. And then he said that we will going to find out whether your fortune, whether your, Guru, um, Jupiter, and Shani for Saturn are favorable or not. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. As soon as Shastri saw me, he exclaimed, "What a surprise, Shyama! Haven't seen you for a long time." So, what happened? Ranga went him without saying anything, without even protesting, also. Means that he was having an interest to know, to, he want a solution, that any solution, any, possible best solution the Shastri should give to him for his marriage. So on seeing Shastri, he just, you know, said that, "What's a surprise, Shama?" So he said that, "What a surprise, Shama! Haven't seen you for a long time, and just for a long time, I mean, after such a long time, I am seeing you right now." Shama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. So, who was Shama? Shama was the narrator's name. So, he was the servant. He was none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. I got angry and shouted, "What, only this morning?" Shastri completed my sentence. "You finish all your work and you are now free to visit me." Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in sun to dry. So, what happened? Shyama, as they call him in the village, the narrator felt that Shastri was lying because they saw each other that morning only, and he immediately responded. So, what happened? Shastri, at this time, Shastri just complete his sentence and save the entire situation. He don't want that, Ranga should know each and everything. Shastri turned to Ranga. "When did young son of our accountant clerk home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits." So what happened? He said that, "Oh, it's great pleasure to meet the son of our accountant clerk. And when you arrived, what can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visit us." So he is telling, the Shastri is telling to narrator and Ranga that your father used to come to me in very rarely. "Take out your paraphernalia. Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind." So here the narrator said that just take out your things which is associated with these things, with the astrology, right? "Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind." Or here the narrator saying that Ranga is having something in his mind, means something is actually disturbing Ranga. "Can you tell us what's worrying him?" And now he's saying that, "Can you tell me what actually worrying him? Shall we put your science of astrology to the test?" So here he said with full authority that take out your, essentials, and what you have to do, you just have to put the science of astrology to the test. There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri. So narrator here, he's saying that when I was speaking to Shastri, I was like full confident. I was in full confident. My voice is like very um very hard, and I was full of confidence. He took out two sheets of paper, some cauries. Cauries is a glossy thing. It's like a shell. It's a glossy thing which basically Shastri and, or you can say, astrologer uses, and the book of Palmaya leaves, saying, "R is an ancient science, Aya." So here Palmaya leaves means leaves of palm tree. So it's a book which is of palm tree. As is an ancient science, Aya. This is a story to it. So here the Shastri, he is saying that this is a very ancient science, brother. Aya is to you say this word in South India, and it's related to brother only. So he's saying that it's like ancient science, Aya. There's a story to it, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a harikatha which allow you to tell a story within a story. So here the Shastri, he is saying that I will not going to tell you story, because right now I have to see your stars. Right now I have to give you solution. This is not a harikatha. Harikatha is a story of Lord, right, which tells me after a story, then after a story, then after a story. You may get bored. So here he's saying that if I continue with this harikatha, then definitely you will be getting bored. I will tell you some other time, and I will let you know some other time. Shastri moved his lips fast as he counted on his fingers and then asked, "What's your star?" Then what happened? Shastri, he just started moving his lips and he just counted something related to stars, something related to his astrology, and then he asked from Ranga that what is your star. Ranga didn't knew. He didn't knew what is his star. Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn. He didn't knew. Never mind. Never mind. Shastri indicated with a shake of his head. So Shastri, he just nodded his head, and with the a shake of his head, he said that it's okay, fine. He did some more calculation before saying in a serious tone, and afterwards did some more calculation, right? More calculation related to his astrology before saying it to a serious tone. It's about a girl, and afterwards, what he said that, oh, I got to know that it's seen here that it's related to some girl. I had been controlling my laughter all this while. So here the narrator, he say that, I mean, this is like too much. We know that it's related to girl, but how the Shastra is presenting everything in a very real manner. At that time, the narrator, he just controlled his laughter, because obviously he knew everything, that it was a planning and plotting to take Ranga to Shastri. But now I burst out laughing. So what happened now? Finally, after few minutes, he cannot able to control his laughter, and he just started laughing. I turned to Ranga, exactly what I had said. Who's that girl? And finally, he turned. He narrator, instead of knowing each and everything, he still turned to Ranga and he said, "Who's that girl, Ranga?" "It was your humble servant who asked the question." All right. So he said that, just tell me, at least I'm asking you, I'm your humble servant. I mean, I am asking you this question. So just tell me, who is that girl?